Hi everyone, this is Joy for Honeybee Stamps. Today I created a cute little Valentine's card using the bear from the Heart Hugs die. I have die cut the bear from a brown cardstock, and I've already die cut his nose and eyes from black cardstock. The insert pieces for his ears are from pink cardstock. There's a few critters in this die, but I opted to go with this bear. I just think he's super, super cute, and he's going to fit into a frame that we're going to die cut here in a little bit. He fits into that perfectly. So I'm going to get those pieces. If you notice his arms, they are die cut out because these little die cut critters can hug something, and he's going to hug the larger heart from the die. I did want to do a little bit of ink blending around the edge of the bear to give him some more detail to the die cut instead of just leaving it plain. Not that there's anything wrong with that because he's cute no matter what, but I do like to add a little extra detail with some ink blending. I'm also going to ink blend that larger heart that I have die cut from pink cardstock, and I'm going to use a pink ink to just lightly blend around the edges. Then we're going to create a textured background using the 3D Burlap Embossing Folder. I just thought this texture would be a lot of fun, especially on that pink cardstock. It's just a little something different, and it gives a little something extra to the card. I'm also going to do a little bit of ink blending around the edges for this using that same pink that I did for the hearts. I want to give this just a tiny bit of color. And then I have this frame here. This is from the Scallop A2 frames. I have die cut that from a cream cardstock. I was just trying to decide how I want to lay this out. I decided that I did want to do some ink blending on the scallop frame here. I picked a size that the bear could fit inside. I'm using the same brown for the bear, but tapping off a lot of that excess color onto my work surface before I ink blended the edges of that scallop frame. Then from the Tailgate alphabet, I die cut the word hugs 3 times for each letter from that same brown cardstock that the bear is die cut from. And I'm going to adhere those together to give it a nice substantial feeling. I like to adhere cardstock alphabet letters when I'm making a sentiment this way because it almost feels like a chipboard. I like to do a minimum of 3 layers, but you definitely could do more. So I'm going to finish adhering the S here, and this is going to go at the bottom of my card. But let's adhere the cute bear to the frame, and then I want to add some foam adhesive behind the heart. I thought that would be fun for that to have some dimension. Again, his little arms can hug the heart. I'm going to peel back the release paper, and then I can tuck this heart in here. And I will do it on a little bit of an angle. I just think it's so, so cute. And I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue under his paws. And then I can just use my reverse tweezers to hold that in place until it's adhered. Then I want to make another sentiment, and I'm going to be using the mini messages sentiment. But let's first adhere this on, and then I can die cut my sentiment, or stamp my sentiment. I'm using some foam adhesive on the back. I want to push this frame towards the top of the card, but I do want to leave some pink at the top. I need to do this to leave room for that hugs sentiment at the bottom. I'm going to line this up. I love to take regular stamped sentiments and then leave out or mask out one of the words from the stamped sentiment and die cut that from these letters, some alphabet dies. So the sentiment itself said sending big hugs from the mini messages stamp set. So when I stamp that, I'm going to mask off the word hugs because here we have the die cut word. That is really one of my favorite ways to do sentiments. I think it's super, super cute, and it's just a different way to get your sentiment across. I decided to place my letters down first, making sure everything's straight, the spacing is good, and then I can come back in and place them down. And getting them straight was pretty easy here because lining up with the top frame and the bottom part of the card panel made it nice and easy. So here is that sentiment from the Mini Messages die. So I will mask off the word hug or hugs, sending big hugs. I think it was hugs. And I'll just use a little bit of low tack tape. And then I can ink up my sentiment with some black ink, remove the tape, and then stamp it. I'm going to do that one more time so I can get a really nice, good, crisp stamp. And then we have our sentiment. Now there is some Mini Messages dies that we're going to use. They have different edges on the die. I'm just doing kind of a square, like a kind of a squoval edge where the square edge corners are a little bit rounded. And it is a bit bigger than my sentiment, so I'm going to line it up on the left side exactly where I want it to die cut at the beginning of the sentiment. And then I can line it up again right now on the right side so I can die cut off the excess cardstock that we don't need. Tape that in place and run that through the die cut machine one more time. And then we have our nice die cut sentiment. I want to add some foam adhesive behind that sentiment. I'll do one more piece. I didn't cut a large enough piece. And this is going to go across the word hugs, kind of off to the side. And then I'm going to add a few of the Kiss Me Clay hearts. And I will add this to a white A2 size card base. Let's get those hearts in place. I like the addition of this pop of red on here. I think it turned out super cute. Let's take a look at this. Oh, wait, first we got to add some highlights to the nose. I'm going to add 2 little dots to the eyes because I want to give him a little more detail to his face, and then a highlight to that heart. And now we can take a look at this up close. Isn't that bear so cute? Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed this project, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.